Hello everybody, welcome to our Sengoku Dynasty survival guide. So we're going over how to get tin ore today because it's honestly kind of like our next step in this game really is to start getting this tin ore. And we've already kind of solved some of the prerequisites. We've completed them. And if you've done the same thing and you're still wondering why you can't get tin ore, this video might help you out. So how do we get tin ore? Well, there's a few steps that we have to complete first. The first one is to actually liberate one of these areas that has tin ore as one of its sources. And there's kind of like two sort of beginner-ish areas. There is the mountain region, and then there is the Injiro Rebels region. Now, if you were at the beginning of the game, I would definitely recommend going for the Injiro Rebels region just because all you got to do here is build a watchtower. You don't have to fight anyone or anything like that. Very easy to get both copper and tin ore as your reward for liberating this area. And if you haven't done this yet, I do have a video on the kind of like what you can expect for the watchtower just so that you are ready and prepared. I will link that in the description. But basically, once this area is liberated, you own it. The next step is to then go all the way to the temple here. If you haven't already anyway, to go ahead and like get your next bell so that you can make your next little village bell thing. And then once you've done that, and you might have to wait a little bit if you haven't progressed enough in the game. I think you have to get like Dynasty level 7 before you can build your next village. So kind of keep that in mind. You might have to do a little bit of grinding before you get to this point. But once you're able to make your second village, you're gonna have to make it inside the region that you liberated. So obviously for me, I liberated Injiro's, the Rebels region. So that's where I have to build this next village. If you liberated mountain region, first of all, well done, because it's really hard to do in my opinion at the very early parts of the game. You'd have to go and build your village there. So whatever is liberated, that is where you go and build your second village, because that is how you're going to get the tin ore. You're not going to, even though you have liberated it here, you're not going to be able to get it through your structures, your buildings in like Sasogi region, for example, if you unlock that there, or whatever region that you might have unlocked. You only going to get it in the region where it exists and that you have liberated. So, for example, obviously I started up in the Sasogi region, I liberated it, and the village resource that we get here is copper. So I can mine copper from here. If I build like a mining post, and I can assign my villagers to go ahead and get this copper once I've liberated it, and it's all good. But even though I just liberated this region, the Injiro Rebels region, and it has tin ore for me, I still, if I'm back in my Sasogi region, this is a different region, and it doesn't have a tin source in Sasogi, so I can only get copper here. I cannot get tin because tin does not exist there. So I have to make a second village and then build another mining post to be able to access that tin ore. So if we go ahead, actually just take a look at the actual the production, the jobs, you'll see what I'm talking about here. So if we go to our dynasty, we go to jobs. Here is my first mining post, which is back in the Sasogi region. Now, normally, this is where you go and you assign some, your villagers to go harvest this ore. And I have tin ore assigned right here, but you can see I have no regional tin source here, so nobody can go get this tin ore, even though I've technically liberated a source in the Injiro region. But because this is in the Sasogi region, they can't access it. So that's not going to work. Now, if I go ahead to the second mining post, this is the one that is in the Injiro region. It's actually the one that we're looking at right over there, right in the background here. If I click that, you'll see now I have a check mark and I can source this because I am in the region where this tin source exists. So I can go ahead and assign a villager here, and they can still go ahead and basically start collecting this tin for me. And again, this is the mining post right here inside of the Injiro region. So that's kind of what you kind of have to basically do. So if you're a little confused as to like why you unlock this, but you're not being able to access tin in your different region, your original region, that is why you do have to make a second village in that region, which is honestly kind of why I would suggest, if you can, maybe don't start in Sasogi, because if you start in the Injiro's Rebels region, first of all, very easy to liberate, but second of all, you get both copper and tin ore as sources here. So you get both, which are, both starter kind of ores. So that's going to start you off pretty gosh darn well. So that's, I guess, like a little extra bonus tip. But yeah, that's basically it. If you do have questions about this, do let me know. I know it's a little confusing about how the process of this all. But yeah, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.